Good morning, fellow Nigerians from across the globe. I am George Onyibe. And as you already know, today is the 30th of May. And it is important that the next generation of Nigerians understand what has conspired that led to so many division, hatred, backbiting, and all the ills that plagues us as a people, as Nigeria. The challenges you see today, ranging from corruption, political imbalance, nepotism, tribalism, name them, they were not part of the system. Nigerians were people who were united by their sufferings in the hand of the imperialist. And so the problem you see today, the foundation was laid. The process was initiated and orchestrated by certain unnamed individuals till today. It is referred to as Igbo coup, but believe me, those who masterminded this coup, their identity is yet unknown. But yes, it is Igbo coup, because 99.9% of the beneficiaries were Igbo people. And the victim of this criminality and heinous crime against indigenous Nigeria was the Hausa, followed by the Yoruba. But the Igbo never suffered anything, only for a very few good men. The seized power of Nigeria injected the hate. The problem you are seeing today started with the Igbo coup. Like I said, Nigeria was baited. Nigeria was created because the supposed Wazobia, another minority, according to them, were able to align and identify in their suffering, in their struggle. And today, because we have not holistically reviewed the truth, we are beating forth and back, looking for who to blame. But our own life was taken from us because we are the next generation. I and my age grade are the next generation of those who created this process. And life has been taken from us by our fathers, your fathers. Because the last time I checked, the people who are president of Nigeria, even before I was born, are still the president of Nigeria as we speak. And some of you think it's normal. It's not normal. But how can we begin to address this issue until we know the true cause? And so, some group of Nigerians are not satisfied. They are still out there, instigating one ethnic group across the other, distorting history, playing victim for the very problem they've caused for themselves. And it is obvious that if you allow anybody to feed you, they will decide how you will go hungry. Yes, if you depend for them to make you happy, I tell you the truth, they will dictate your sorrow for you. And we have allowed this to go on for a very long time. But it's time, seriously time, we will address this issue. And that is why this morning, I am coming up with a message I titled, 30th of May, 1967, the story about Nigeria that was never told. Ordinarily, for almost 10 years now, let's say from 2014 to this very moment, this 30th of May was popularized by IPOB under Nnamdi Kanu. Because that was actually the day Ojukwu declared Biafra. Declaring Biafra was not for his people he claimed are being killed by the Hausa people as a revenge for the Igbo coup. His claiming Biafra was to conquer majority of the ethnic groups in the South, compound them into his illusionary country called Biafra. And that marks the beginning of death. Unspoken about, except whispered by the same people who have orchestrated that process. And now this is the story of IPOB under Nnamdi Kanu. We all fell for it. It was on Radio Biafra in a day like this. We will tell you we will remember our fallen heroes and heroines, those who died during the Biafra war. It was actually a one-sided story. We would not have known if we did not put their righteousness to the test. And now their hypocrisy has been exposed. And it is good every Nigerian know the truth. And now the Kanu and his group would have been shouting, they kill us, we must remember them, they kill us, Yoruba kill us, Hausa kill us, everybody. Believe me, what they are doing is never about those who were killed. They're targeting something in the Aso Rock. They are trying to be politically relevant. Not considering that the only opportunity these Igbo Biafra people have, they messed us, all of us up. And for a very long time, there are pictures of starving babies on every social media platform, every war crime recorded in history. I can say that the image of Biafran children is more horrible. I admit, because for 3 years and some months, they were locked down in the southeast. They couldn't have access to food. They do not have access to money because the money was in the hand of those who orchestrated the process. This led them into starvation. Malnutrition took order of the day, and many innocent children died. You call them hero today. It looked as if they were carrying gun and went to fight the war. No, it is the war brought upon them by Ojukwu and his men. Let's keep the record straight. Nigeria, in a bid to recover part of our country, decided to deploy a tactics known as starvation tactics. No drug, no food, nothing was to enter the Biafra supposed land. Like I said, many children were hungry, many pregnant women. It was horrible. I cannot imagine it. But it was necessary, because in a time like this, Ojukwu and his bandwagon has conquered other ethnic groups, so numerous to mention, ranging from the Bibio, the Efik, the Anang, the Oboboroas, the Kweris, the Ejos, the Kalabari, the Wakreke, so many, the Andoni, the Indone. Every ethnic group that found themselves under the old eastern region were Biafra. Without their choice, without their consent, the same rubbish they are doing today. And I should say, if we must remember them, in our mind, it should mark as a sign of greediness of certain individuals who are power drunk. We should also look at a moment of sober reflection that these people would not have to die. These people should not have died. So numerous. Nigeria agreed that 2 million, some records say 3 million of Igbos died, mostly children. And honestly, just imagine the dead body of 200 million, or 2 million rather, children, lifeless. Not because they committed any crime, because some criminal-minded idiots who don't want to rest orchestrated the process. They never considered the life of these children. But today is 30th of May. You will see them everywhere. Oh, our heroes and heroines, we are mourning them. Oh, we are doing this. And I will take 1 minute to respect the dead, those children who died of Kwashoko. Let me honor them, because it was not their own making. Yes, and so for every Biafran child, supposedly Igbo children, who died because of Kwashoko, starvation, wherever you are, I pray you will have peace in the face of the Creator, and your soul's spirit be accepted. But then, like I said, the Igbo Biafra will be everywhere now, telling you 30th of May, how Nigeria hate us, how Nigeria kill us, how Nigeria do this one, how Nigeria... They don't tell you what led. A lot of things happened, which is off record. That is the major focus on this broadcast. We work with this Igbo Biafra. It was simple, because what they usually do is when they come out, they will tell you Nigeria is evil, Nigeria is bad, Nigeria is corrupt. They will complain and complain and complain. We are looking for solution on how to build a prosperous nation till tomorrow morning, till our time is up. We are dedicated in looking for the overall interest of every victim of Nigeria. Because we are all victims of this very country. But we can make things work out if we are sincere enough. And so we followed Biafra. We began to watch their body language. We begin to look at the things they do. We begin to see why other ethnic groups can never trust Igbo people easily. No matter how they pretend to love you as Igbo, they hardly trust you. It's a problem. I remember on Radio Biafra, I motivated our people. I encouraged them, let us do this. Because it was going to lead to a platform of political participation. It was going to lead to a platform of restructuring Nigeria. It was going to lead to the addressing of Bill of Rights. It was actually going to help review the resource control. It was actually meant to create a platform where we will have national confab and address our issue. but we were being used. Many people died. Look at the history of IPOB 30th of May. You will see that the ones who have died is even more than the ones that died during the 1967 war, 30th of May. But it's off record, and so those who die, they die for nothing. Most of them died in the hand of Nnamdi Kanu. Most of them died as collateral damage from stray bullets, and some were poisoned by fellow IPOB members. I survived poison so many times. And maybe if they have succeeded in killing me, they will tell you Nigerian DSS killed me, Nigerian DSS do this one, Nigerian Army and Nigerian Police. I see the rubbish they write about Nigerian DSS. And let me tell you the truth. I don't patronize anybody. Because in the end, we are all flesh and blood. Ashes and dust, I should say. And so one day you will all close your eyes in death. I was locked up in the DSS facility some years ago relating to the issue of IPOB. Allegations were made, charges of terrorism laid upon me. We went to the competent court jurisdiction there in Rivers State. My case was looked into. DSS in 90 days interrogated me in their facility. And believe me, a lot of things went on through that process. Based on the information I have about DSS, I thought I would not see the day again. Considering the fact that, first of all, nobody knew they arrested me. Nobody knew, no single person knew they arrested me. But they picked me up by tricky anyway. Maybe it's their code and pattern. And I fell for them. And when I got there, they took some routine check. They observed some protocol. They checked my health status. They checked my health condition. They asked questions. And despite the fact that I was poorly fed, which was actually part of their strategy to keep me weak in case I want to do braking and running. But each time I fell sick under that condition, they have hospitals inside the DSS equipped with drugs that its efficacy is unimaginable. I never knew drugs work. And I was there. The only bad record I have for DSS was the day they brought me into the DSS facility here there in Port Harcourt. One Yoruba man gave me a slap. Very huge Yoruba man. He gave me a slap that threw me almost 5 feet away from where I was standing. And the rest member of the DSS were not happy with him. Everybody confronted him. Why did you slap him? Why did you slap him? They walked out on him and they left him alone. Okay, kill him. But aside that useless DSS Yoruba man that slapped me, till I lived there 90 days later. I have nothing against DSS. They ask questions, people call, they check on me, they did what they have to do, just that my movement is restrained. I didn't have bomb, I didn't have armored car, I did not have cutlass. Even in my house, I don't have kitchen knife. Oh God, I'm living in an uncompleted building. And so it didn't hold weight. And when I came out, each time I hear people saying, DSS are killing Igbo people, they are treating Nnamdi Kanu that has access to VIP treatment. Nnamdi Kanu that is watching football in DSS custody. Nnamdi Kanu that have governors visiting him, they are suffering him. And we, commoners, they didn't torture us. My brother, they are lying to you. Do you know why I create this scenario? Because you Igbo people, they will be telling you, oh, they hate us. This is why we must leave Nigeria. Make all you now go. Leave the rest of us. If you be Igbo and you say you be Biafra, you want to go. You people leave National Assembly. Leave House of Rep. Leave us and only your tribe go. Stop uniting. We will be the one that will canvass for you to go. Until then, don't let them deceive you. Don't let them play on your emotion. But like I have said, nobody is killing anybody. It is karma that is visiting everybody. And that is why I constantly tell them, I am your destiny and I'm your doom. You Igbo Biafra. You make me, you make yourself. You destroy me, you destroy yourself. Look at all these years you have been trying to destroy only me inside uncompleted building. What has it become of you? And now let me not digress further anymore. Because today they will be on their platform telling you how they kill us, how they suffer us, how they do this one. But this is what they don't tell you. And if you are in Nigeria, we must remember these people. There is something known as Asaba Massacre. You hardly see Igbo people talk about it. Except they want to use it to blackmail Nigeria. And most of them are not aware of Isiago massacre. Then we were not Igbo. Now we are Igbo. Let's leave those ones. So when you are remembering, remember them. There are a group of individuals outside the eastern region who died. Igbo Biafra people, don't forget to remember Okutiebo and all the administrators of the Midwestern region you killed. Ojukwu invaded Midwestern region, stole the money in our central bank, killed the Minister of Finance, Okutiebo, and all that political leader who were there. All of them was hunted down. Ojukwu imposed Igbo people to take over the Midwestern region, to impose Igbo people on a region. You think there was no bloodbath when they were ready to kill anybody on their way? And then think again. Igbo Biafra people, please remember the people that died in the hand of your fathers in Midwestern region. But this is the main purpose of this discussion. Betrayal. There were these 4 men. One of them is known as Ifajuna. Another one is known as Alele. And then the other one is Abam. And then Banjo. Banjo is a Yoruba man, very intelligent man, Colonel Victor Banjo. He was locked up in relation to the Igbo coup that failed somewhere in the old eastern region. Ekotekpene to be precise, if I am not mistaken. He was a very good friend of Colonel Ojukwu. And when he was released 4 months into the Nigerian Biafra war, he wanted to return to his Yoruba people. Ojukwu pleaded with him, "My brother, stay behind. We need your help." Banjo actually has the privilege to speak up before he was executed. He told Ojukwu, "See, I need to go home. I can't be here." But Ojukwu said, "You see, my army are not well organized. I need somebody like you to help me organize my soldiers." Reluctantly, Victor Banjo helped Ojukwu to coordinate his army. Ojukwu had people like Ifajuna Emmanuel, who were actually part of the progressive-minded Nigerian youth, who have been able to help us shape this nation. All of them, their morality was corrupted. And that is one thing you cannot afford to allow them do to you. For some reason, Ifajuna was relegated to the background. But Victor Banjo, knowing that Ifajuna is a progressive-minded man, picked him and made him his chief of staff. Ojukwu was never happy about that. And a lot of Igbo people, a lot of Nigerians love Ifajuna. And how they were able to demonize him, I don't know. So Victor Banjo, Ifajuna, Alele, and Abam, all of them were working with Victor Banjo. It was their influence that enables them. In fact, without Victor Banjo, they would not be able to penetrate the Midwestern region. But with the presence of Victor Banjo, they access Midwestern region. So Victor Banjo gave them victory on different form. And then few days later, Ojukwu summoned him. "I need you to see the madness of these people. It's a shame a mad person does not know he or she is naked." Ojukwu summoned Victor Banjo and said, "It has come to my notice that you want to do coup and overthrow me." And that was because Ifajuna was shining more than Ojukwu. Ifajuna was most respected more than Ojukwu. Ifajuna was an icon to reckon with. Igbo people call him Saboteur. One day I will tell you about who this Emmanuel Ifajuna is. He is the true savior of Undi Igbo. But let's leave it at that. And then Yoruba man was summoned before the military council of the fake Biafra people. And they put it to him that you, Victor Banjo, want to overthrow our supreme leader, Messiah, Dim Chukwuemeka Dimegwu Ojukwu. Is it not madness? But they have used him. That is just the truth. They're looking for how to dispose him. That is what Igbo Biafra people do. Trust them to your own peril. This is how they use Chukwumanzogo. And when the deed is done, they abandon Chukwumanzogo. Chukwumanzogo killed himself. Maybe Ojukwu would have executed Chukwumanzogo just to show they are innocent. But there was no way if Victor Banjo will kill himself. So they have to kill him. They push him to another people. I'm coming. The same way I work with them. And when they feel they are finished using me in their mind, oh, Ikwere is not Igbo, oh, Bini is not Igbo, You know how they want to get rid of me? To poison me. I'm coming. Because they want us to remember the dead. Let's remember the dead. And then Victor Banjo said, no, Ojukwu, this is not possible. I actually wanted to return to my people, my Yoruba people. You pleaded with me to stay behind. How come today you say I want to overthrow you and do a coup? To be coup of Igbo people? How can Yoruba man become president of Igbo people? Igbo that cannot even allow you to live in their community, in the southeast that does not belong to them and have peace. How could the Yoruba man, in his normal sense, will do a coup to remove Igbo man from his community? But they have to call you name. To kill a dog, you have to call their name. To justify your sin against another, give them bad name. So when you see them called George Onibe, criminal, armed robber, hungry man, illiterate, shame, disgrace. No, they are trying to make you see the negative aspect of me that never existed. Go and ask Nnamdi Kanu. When I stood with him in different instances, and by the time I review, touch his brain, he does not survive it. You look at me, say, you know you are a very intelligent young man. He can't hide it, he can't hold himself. Your supreme leader know my capability. But of course, it's in your nature. So they say, illiterate, ogogoro man, useless man, hungry man, only man. You talk down on me. It's for a reason. And now I'm used to it. I love it. The day you don't insult me, I will give you reason to insult me. All set, Yana. And so this is how they brought in this guy and tried him in their kangaroo court. The first time, they discharged him that he was not wrong. They still made appeal, took him to the court. And the last one, all of them, Colonel Victor Banjo was sentenced to death by firing squad by Igbo Biafra people that you follow to do Igbo Biafra. So all of you Mugu, we are Benin people, yes, we are Ijayo, we are Biafra. They will execute you. You will be hanged in a gallows. Don't worry. You will see their true nature when the time comes. And so they arranged them before the firing squad. And they began to fire them. The army fired the first round of their bullet. I used to go to firing squads in those days until it was stopped. They will tie you to a stick and a drum. And then they will bail up you like this and begin to shoot you. In most cases, they will say your last word. Some will tell their parents. Some will do many things. It's heartbroken. I remember once that I witnessed shooting in firing squad. I didn't get myself in months. Because these people actually see their life taken from them and they can't do anything. In most cases, by the people they trust, by the people they love, by the people they live with, by the people they feel their pain, by the people they nurtured. That was the fate of this man. Looking at Ojukwu, my best friend. Victor Banjo, looking at all the Igbo people he called comrade. And now they tie him to the stick and they want to shoot him. That is one man. And if you think he's dead, think again. After the first round of firing, the rest died. Victor Banjo was a man who was always with his eyeglass. But that day they removed his glass. Probably he was not seen very well without his contacts. My happiness is that all of them died standing with their head high, their head lifted up, because they know that they were innocent of the crime against them. You Igbo Biafra, all your planning. If this is where I stop this journey, believe me, you will never be able to live up to me, because my work already, you will not get yourself except to repent. And Victor Banjo said to them, I am not dead yet. And all of them heard he's talking, he's not dead yet. They turned the gun against him, to him again, all the army who were there, and started firing only him. This is Ojukwu, Igbo Biafra. I think his wife is a minister or ambassador enjoying Nigeria. God will go punish many of them and I never even know. Make una the mumu herself. And then they stopped to check if he's dead. Victor Banjo still told them, Igbo Biafra people, I am not dead, I'm still alive. And then they recharged again and fired him. And this young man died finally. That is, if you refuse to die, we will empty the whole bullet in Biafra land in your body. And they killed him. Fellow Igbo people, do you think it's possible for Yoruba person to have been able to overthrow Ojukwu inside his imaginary Biafra? But you people killed him. I hope we are going to remember Victor Banjo, Igbo Biafra. Are we going to remember Victor Banjo as you tell them the people Nigerian killed? We are not even talking about those who were killed off record. Let's look a little bit at Ifajuna. Ifajuna was the first black man to win gold medal in Olympic game. Not just one, not just 2 gold medals, almost 4 gold medals at the go. Ifajuna was an icon, an idol to reckon with. And I see bad things they write about him. That is a saboteur. Igbo people to destroy Ifajuna. Nobody answer that name again. And if I will have any child again, I will give him Ifajuna. Because Ifajuna become the person who told Ojukwu, this war you are dragging, you don't have what it takes to fight the war. Why not submit so that our people will start dying? Ojukwu refused. So when they went to capture Yoruba land,